Yes.
Good evening, everyone. At this time, I'll call to order the regularly scheduled board meeting for the Village of Midlothian, Wednesday, April 9th, 2025 at 7 p.m. Roll call, please, Clerk Moskowitz.
Trustee Burbatt? Here. Trustee Kaveny?
Here.
Trustee Crowley?
Here.
Trustee Hilly?
Here.
Trustee Johnson?
Here.
Trustee Killily?
Here.
Mayor LaRue?
Here.
You have a quorum, sir.
Thank you, sir. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for a moment of silence for our fallen veterans. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You guys should have sat down. At this time, we have the pleasure of swearing in Drew Walters as a full-time probationary firefighter paramedic. Drew, if you want to come forward.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
Drew Walters,
Having been appointed
having been appointed
to the position
to the position
of full-time probationary firefighter paramedic
of full-time probationary firefighter paramedic
in the Village of Midlothian
in the Village of Midlothian
in the County of Cook,
in the County of Cook,
aforesaid do solemnly swear
aforesaid do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the ordinances of the Village of Midlothian,
and the ordinances of the Village of Midlothian,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the position
of the position
of probationary full-time firefighter paramedic
of probationary full-time firefighter paramedic
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my abilities.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You have someone else like
Yeah, my wife and little baby.
Aw.
I could come up and help both of you. That's awesome.
Should I hold the baby?
Thank you.
Oh, gotta get a little badge for her.
Baby. Congratulations.
Welcome aboard, Drew. Welcome to the community.
We turned up to 8. It's blasted.
This feels great.
If that's all you came for was the swearing in, that would be a good time. He's not there. Welcome, Drew. All right, at this time, I will open the floor to public comment. Is there any public comment tonight? To the microphone.
Good evening. Hello, Mr. Mayor, Village Board. First off, I'd like to say thank you all for your dedicated service to Midlothian and all that you guys do for the town. It's all greatly appreciated. My name is Sam. I'm here with a few individuals. I have Melissa, Jimmy, and Frank over there. Frank and I are currently the owners of a bar here in Midlothian. And we took the bar over about maybe a year and a half ago. And we took it from, if you guys recognize the name, it used to be called OK's. Now it's called Shamrock's Bar and Gaming. We've been there for, like I said, a year and a half. And we took it from really rags to riches in a sense. We took it from, it was making nothing when we took it over. The gentleman before us, he was in the military, always deployed back and forth, so he never really had time for it. We took it over. We've been open ever since, and knock on wood, we've been doing pretty well there since then. Frank and myself, along with our other partner, we're entrepreneurs, and we own quite a few businesses, and we didn't realize how much a bar needed its owner present, really. The owner's got to be hands-on. He's got to be able to overlook the business and see all the ins and outs and be there constantly. And with all of us in our other, endeavors, there was always a lack of ownership there, to be honest with you. So we're at a point now where we don't want to see this place get into the wrong hands of anybody else. And we found these wonderful people here, this wonderful couple behind me. Jimmy, he's from the neighborhood. He's around. He's always been. He grew up in this town. His father also worked as an attorney here nearby, and they know the ins and outs of Midlothian, Crestwood, Oak Forest, this whole area. And they actually are interested in purchasing Shamrock's Bar and Gaming from us. They have a lot of plans and visions for the future and how to even make this place better and more inviting than it already is. We kind of took this place, we're recognized now, we have great karaoke on Thursday nights, we have bingo on Mondays, and everyone really enjoys the time that they spend at Shamrock's. We've never had any issues there. We're very strict about IDing our customers, making sure everyone is of age. Never had any issues, I don't think we even ever had to call, the Midlothian Police Department for any issues that ever came up there. So we found this wonderful couple, and they're interested in purchasing our LLC from us. The LLC in its entirety, which means basically they're taking over everything. And I know that with the variance of Midlothian, or the ordinance, I'm sorry, you guys do not transfer liquor licenses. I'm very familiar with that. But I would like to ask for your consideration in considering this fine couple here behind me to take over this business and for me to sell it to them in hopes that they take it to the next level and expand it even more than it is now. Just quick numbers also. We took this place, like I said, from making about very minimal in the hundreds of dollars range. And when I say hundreds, I mean like annually. To now it does around $87,000 for us on an annual basis. So it's a pretty good, business. It could definitely be better in my opinion. But so I'd like to open it up to them, kind of let them share with you a little bit about their vision and what they're planning to do with Shamrocks. Feel free.
Good evening. My name is Melissa Ainsworth. My background is not typically owning a business, and that's why my partner's going to kind of be that role. I'm actually a Chicago public school teacher, been teaching for almost 24 years. And to be perfectly honest, I'm kind of looking to what I'm going to be doing or possibly looking into after I retire. Not to mention my summers have been pretty busy with school things, but that's kind of dying down with what I had been doing in the past. So just in kind of talking with Sam and Frank, and then of course James, I'm also a teacher who likes to socialize, and so we spend a lot of Fridays just kind of getting together, and just the whole idea of kind of a small bar and grill, or making it hopefully getting to that point with the grill part. We're just looking for another place to go. Lots of my coworkers actually live out this way, grandfathered into the city. So I'm kind of hoping to bring your teachers or your first responders, who I have plenty in my family. So not only within the surrounding suburbs, but even where I'm from, which is kind of by Midway Airport. not to mention people I know living out here. I just am looking for kind of a new venture, and just going to the place, it's just really nice, quaint, and just like Sam was saying, it's nice to obviously go somewhere where you feel kind of at home, just very comfortable. And I think that, at least I hope that this would be the start of something, what I might be looking for after I retire. So I don't know, James, if you want to add anything, but.
Only thing I want to mention is that we are interested in the unit next to Shamrocks, the ice cream parlor, I believe. So we are considering doing that, but we kind of wanted to get in and see how things are first, and then they had talked to the landlord for us about possibly getting that unit as well. So we kind of expand into that would be kind of our goal. So besides that.
And no, I'm sorry, just to kind of add, I know Sam was saying, they host a bingo night, a karaoke night, like those are things that we want to continue. Definitely drawing good crowds, and, just kind of throwing it out there, maybe having kind of a teacher's night or a first responders night, things like that, to again, kind of draw those good crowds together and hopefully keep them coming on a more frequent basis. So.
Thanks, Ed.
Thank you so much.
My recommendation is that you go through the liquor license application process, and then I'll have to bring it to the board for a vote to reinstitute a liquor license for that specific place.
Sure.
Do you know, are we good on gaming licenses? Or are we over? Are we over?
The gaming license, we don't do gaming licenses. We just do,
I meant though, like in the village, don't we have a maximum number we can have?
no, just liquor licenses.
But I thought we had a maximum number of gaming parlors that we were gonna allow. I thought it was 7.
We were going to do that through the liquor license ordinance by eliminating them as they come through. We do not have a limit on gaming machines. But we can verify that. We got some time.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming out.
Just a quick question, really quick. As far as the application goes, when they go and apply, because we just renewed it, I believe, Midlothian is done in January or February, right?
Liquor is April.
April.
May.
Oh, yeah, April, but
Business
March 28th. We
Business
just did it,
license.
so does that mean it's like prorated? Do they pay for the full application now? Or how does that work? Do you know?
You already did the liquor license?
Yes.
All right. We'll work it out.
I think we gotta do it a month before it's due, which is March 28th, right?
April 28th. But
April, yeah.
the check was cashed
Yeah.
today.
So you're not donating that to the. We'll work that. Yeah, we do
So I think
prorate.
the application fee is $250.
Yeah.
Is that the fee that you want them to pay originally, or you want them to pay the full liquor license amount?
No, you do the application first.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right.
We
Thank
can
you,
get it at
everyone.
the village then?
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for your time. Thank
Thank
you. Thank you.
Is there any other public comment tonight? Okay, then I will close the floor to public comment. Move on to tonight's consent agenda. Number 1, approval of the Metropolitan Mayor's Caucus 2024-2025 membership dues in the amount of $644.63. Number 2, approval of ordinance 2166, an ordinance repealing Chapter 11 of Title 10 of the Village of Midlothian Municipal Code, requiring a local vehicle license in the Village of Midlothian. Number 3, approval of the Architectural Resource Corporation invoice in the amount of $30,172.50. Number 4, approval of the request for proposals for insurance and risk management brokerage services. Number 5, approval of the Payment Service Network Inc. service agreement. Number 6, approval of the March 19th, 2025 committee meeting minutes. Number 7, approval of the March 26th, 2025 board meeting minutes. Number 8, approval of the March 26th, 2025 closed session meeting minutes. And number 9, approval of the list of bills. Is there any item any trustee would like off tonight's consent agenda? Hearing no dissension, I'm looking for a motion to approve tonight's consent agenda as read.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please, Clerk Musker.
Trustee Cavey?
Aye.
Trustee Crowley?
Aye.
Trustee Burback?
Aye.
Trustee Hilly?
Aye.
Trustee Johnson?
Aye.
Trustee Killian?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, sir. Moving on to trustee business, trustee Johnson.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to make a motion for approval of ordinance number 2167, an ordinance amending Title I, Chapter 12 of the Village of Midlothian Municipal Code to add Section 1-12-13, providing for the creation of a street enhancement fund. And again, this is what I discussed 2 weeks ago, that we would no longer have vehicle stickers for the village. However, we would have a street enhancement fund that would be billed quarterly for homeowners and monthly for businesses, and also would be billed monthly for apartment owners. And this would replace the cost of someone purchasing the vehicle stickers at $30 per vehicle. This would end up being $33 per year, and the charge would be on the water bill in four equal payments. Also, the seniors would only be paying $1.25 for a total of $5. So I just wanted to remind everybody of that. So I'm looking for a second.
A second?
Any other discussion? Roll call, please, Clerk Moscow.
Trustee Johnson.
Aye.
Trustee Crawley.
Aye.
Trustee Burbett.
Aye.
Trustee Kaveny.
Aye.
Trustee Hilly.
Aye.
Trustee Killelea.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, sir.
And just also want to mention that we'll be sending out with the May bills information about what I said. They won't be due until July, and then every month after that, we'll give everybody a 3-month notice that this is coming, and that it'll be on their bills later on this year. And we'll be circulating information on the website through the Facebook pages here at the village, so everybody will be aware of it. And if anyone has any questions, they can always direct them to me. And that's all I have tonight, sir.
Well, I'd like to once again thank you for all the work you've done on finally eliminating village stickers in the Village of Midlothian. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, trustee, and well done.
Thank you. And I'd like to thank Attorney Valadez for doing this quite quickly.
Oh, sorry, did I say that out loud?
I'll give him an attaboy.
All right, thank you. Trustee Burback.
I have nothing this evening.
Thank you, sir. Trustee Hilly.
I have nothing tonight, sir.
Thank you, sir. Trustee Kaveny.
Thank you, Mayor. I have a couple things. Today I wore my Rain Ready t-shirt. This Sunday is April 13th, and it will be the 12th anniversary of the major catastrophic flood that the village suffered on April 13th, 12 years ago. And that flood was the impetus that got me to volunteer in my village, and then 4 years later, become a trustee. And here I am 8 years later. So I just want to remind everybody in town, property owners and business owners alike, that it's everyone's responsibility to be rain ready. We had a pretty big rain event last week, probably one of the biggest rain events we've had since the improvements on Natalie Creek have been finalized. And I will say, you know, I was out driving around town that morning and that afternoon, and I would say that the creek improvements performed pretty well. We still had an issue on, what's the street where the IDOC is? Colmar. We still had an issue on Colmar, and that I think will be our Achilles heel for the rest of our life until IDOT fixes the bridge over at Colmar on 147th Street. And then we also still had an issue on the east side of the St. Chris parking lot. That culvert there, for whatever reason, backed up. So, and I realized it was the first big rain of the year, so the creek had a lot more extra debris than usual, just being that it was the first the first storm of the year. But if everybody just takes care to mind their walkout basements, their drains, the manhole covers on the curb in front of your house, your stairwells, make sure that all your downspouts are connected, and make sure that they drain away from your home far enough to not pour into your foundation, but also keep them 10 feet away from your property line so you don't flood out your neighbor. That will help everyone's property immensely. I know that we still have folks that have ponding in their backyards. I'm not exactly sure how we can help them solve that problem, but we'll continue to work on it. And we'll continue to work on you know, all of our Rain Ready activities that we've got in our Rain Ready report. The next thing I want to talk about, very sadly, the building department received an email from the ICC. The ICC is International Code Council. That's the national organization that writes all of the building codes that all municipalities around the country follow. They sent us a note to let us know that FEMA has ended its BRIC program. BRIC stands for Building Resilient Infrastructure in Communities. Through FEMA's BRIC program, they have issued millions of dollars of grants over the years to counties and municipalities all over the country that experience flooding. And I'm pretty sure that Midlothian received one, if not two, BRIC grants in the past to help us with a couple of flooding issues that we had had.
I don't think we have, Kim.
We didn't get a BRIC? I know that we applied for a BRIC.
We did, we got denied.
Oh, we did, okay. So, all right, I stand corrected, Midlothian has not
In
received
my
a BRIC
history,
grant.
in my history
Right.
that I'm aware of, we don't have, we have.
But I know that we have applied for them, and I know that there are communities around us that have applied and received BRIC grants. So, very disappointing that this program is going to be eliminated. Not only is it eliminating going forward, but FEMA's canceling $750 million of funding that was issued earlier this year, and they're reallocating all outstanding funding that the agency has not yet dispersed for projects that have already been selected. So,
I thought that the article that the newspapers put out was that they were replacing it with something else. There's gonna be a new program coming forward that was supposed to make it easier to get to the municipalities. That was the article that I
yeah,
read
I don't
from
know about
IML.
that, but unfortunately, the funding that's sitting there right now, ready to be dispersed, is not going anywhere. So there are gonna be communities that have shovel-ready projects ready to roll. They're waiting to get the check in hand, and now they have to cancel the projects. So I'm just hoping that this is not gonna continue to cause a snowball effect and have other federal funding that's been allocated for projects get pulled back. So I just wanted to bring that to everybody's attention. Last, I got one more item.
Are you ready, community garden?
Yes, today I received the OAI contract. I'm sad to say that Jim, who we've been working with, he worked for the contractor for 3 years, and then he worked for OAI for the last year. He's gonna be leaving OAI, and he has been a wealth of knowledge. I've learned a lot from him with regards to just our own community and, you know, our own rain gardens and our culverts along Natalie Creek that they've managed. However, they do have a team in place already, and there's a new vendor, and they sent us the contract, so I'll be taking a look at it. I'm sure it's the same boilerplate contract that we sign every year. I'll confirm that, and if it is the same, it doesn't require any revisions, I'll send it on to the clerk's office and have them put it on the agenda next week for the board's approval. And that's all I have.
Thank you, ma'am. Trustee Kilby.
Thank you, Mayor. Strangely enough, I want to talk about spring cleaning. This time of year, most people are putting away their winter clothes, and they have two piles of winter clothes. One they want to keep, one they want to dispose of, and they're taking their spring and summer clothes out, and they're doing the same thing. And so that I want to tell everybody that not to dispose of the pile you don't want. A lot of people throw them in the garbage, and I think we have enough in our garbage, in our landfills. That's a nice word for garbage dumps, which a lot of our trash has already been transported out of Illinois to other states because we don't have room for what garbage we're taking in. And also, we're making it easy on May 3rd to recycle your clothes that you don't want. We're having the Midlothian area garage sale and yard sale for the whole town. We're having also a recycle event, courtesy of our new Cook County Commissioner, Keisha McCaskill, Dr. Keisha McCaskill, and she's having a recycle event. And also, you have the option also of donating the wearable clothes to a lot of good organizations. That list is on the website. And, some like Together We Cope or St. Vincent de Paul, a lot of good organizations like that. So you can, the big thing is that with the recycle event, for the clothes that you don't want to have a garage sale for that aren't wearable, if you don't think they're donatable, you can recycle them. This is part of the Cook County Hard to Recycle initiative, that they have a site over at South Suburban College, but the Cook County Commissioners is doing a traveling roadshow, and you can actually have your textiles donated and recycled for the most part. There's very few places who take textiles for recycling, but this is one, and it won't go into a garbage dump. It will be recycled in some way or shape or form, and it will keep it out of the garbage dump. So this is a good opportunity either to do a garage sale, make some money off of it, donate it to a charity that can sell the clothes and make some money and help some people, or we can also have it recycled so it won't go into to a waste dump. So again, May 3rd, it's a very, very big day. This is the first time we've ever had all three events at the same time, I think. And it's going to be something that, don't throw your textiles in the garbage. That's the message. Recycle. That's all I have to say.
Thank you, sir. Excellent. Has Mother Nature told you when spring weather is going to get here, or it didn't feel like spring out there?
Well, I think it's going to get warmer next week. But it's not nice to talk about Mother Nature or something like that. So.
I was just asking. All right, thank you, sir. Trustee Crowley.
Thank you, sir. Just a couple things tonight. First, Trustee Burbat, Mayor LaRue, and I finished the streetscaping interviews today, and we will be bringing that forward for consideration in the next few weeks to the board. We also, in connection with that, we did get selected to do an interview for the Invest in Cook grant, which will help fund that project. We will be meeting with them on the 22nd. And we are in the process of moving forward with tearing down the white elephant. Kathy loves to say it so much, so we kind of complete each other's sentences up here. We're all in the process of figuring out what the best way to do that is. So thank you, Engineer Plata, for taking the lead on that. We have a couple meetings coming up. Our monthly CPSC meeting is tomorrow at 10 o'clock, yeah. At 6:15 at the police department, and then next week, for anybody who's interested, we are going to resume our traffic safety committee meetings, and we will be talking about the kickoff for our new traffic safety grant with CMAP that we will be working with in connection with our committee. And that's all I have this evening, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Moving on to department heads. Chief Hotwigger.
I have nothing to say, sir.
Thank you, sir. Chief Delaney.
Nothing this evening, sir.
Thank you, sir. Superintendent Kanaka.
Just a notification to anybody who knows of a landscape yard company that's licensed and insured. We're going to be taking bids on abandoned property, maintenance, and some grass cutting for those abandoned properties and vacant lots. So you can get a hold of the building department or myself, and we can get you an application for that. That's all, sir.
Thank you, sir. Superintendent Swanson.
Yes, sir. We're in the first week of branch pickup in the northeast section of town. We'll be there for the rest of this week, so if you have branches, go ahead and put them out. We'll be there. Then the next section will be next week will be the southeast, over by Bremen High School, Central Park School, we're in that section. Also, we want to remind residents to keep filling out the access agreement forms. You can go to gettheletout.com. And tomorrow, I believe, is the bid opening for phase 2. That's all I have.
Thank you, sir. Engineer Plater.
Thank you, Mayor. I do have to give my yearly MS4 update here tonight, so this might be a little long. Just as a quick reminder, the Village of Midlothian participates in the MS4 program, which is the municipal separate storm sewer systems It is a general statewide permit for discharges into our streams and creeks. It's required under the National NPDES program, which was brought into effect by the Clean Water Act. Basically what it means is the village has a list of requirements and reporting mechanisms. We report to IEPA under this permit, participate in their program, so that we are able to operate storm sewer systems without getting separate permits under NPDES. The village actually got audited under this program last summer. Superintendent Swanson and I participated in that with one of the auditors from IEPA. We filed a new notice of intent under this permit, which is basically a renewal of our intent to participate, and gives them a few more line items of things that the village does to keep its streams and creeks clean. So we do things like public outreach with things on the website. We told them that we would put out a little bit more content on our Facebook page, stuff like that. We do public participation with Cleanup Day, which I'm sure is coming up soon. Come out to Cleanup Day. Obviously, Public Works does their inspections of all our outfalls and detention ponds to make sure that they look clean. And anytime some type of complaint comes up, they get out there and take a look, and then they report that to IEPA. And then also we do code enforcement with the building department when development comes in to make sure that whatever they're doing during construction and then post-construction will keep our streams and creeks clean. So if you see anything, please report it, and the village will continue to participate in this program. That's all I have tonight.
Thank you, sir. Deputy Clerk Harris.
I have nothing tonight, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Attorney Valdez.
Yes, just wanted to remind the board that we do have a pending water department, Public Works and Water Department ordinance that I await your input on. To remind you, it was a couple of weeks ago that I presented the ordinance. Most of it seems to be simply updating the old water ordinance to best practices and to reflect the modern operation of the Public Works and Water Department. Fresh memory, Ty and myself went through each provision of the village code regarding water, and I also had conversations with the administration of the Water Department with regard to billing. Again, pursuant to Trustee Johnson, who correctly noted that the provisions of our current ordinance were simply over-verbiaged and not applicable. There was about a 12-paragraph section with regard to billing and included multiple subjects. We've divided that up to make it easier to read. What I really need input from the board is in light of the elimination of the vehicle stickers and the application of a vehicle sticker fee to apartment buildings for each unit. The question comes into section 3-3-9, and I will send this all to you again. It's in red, the red line version.
That's a good idea. Send it to us.
That's a really good idea.
I will send it all to you again, but the operative thing that I need your input on and what your judgment is section 3-3-9, C, which says commercial establishments and apartments, commercial establishments and apartments other than those provided in subsection C of this section shall be built monthly. Commercial establishments and apartments of 4 or more individual units shall have a flat monthly infrastructure charge of $10 in addition to the regular infrastructure fee paid by all billed accounts by which may, for purposes be divided, for billing purposes be divided among the individual units. So as you recall, I said that $10 amount monthly fee was just a placeholder. It's for you to determine what that amount should be or to eliminate it completely, but obviously in light of the fact that we are now applying a charge for the vehicle sticker recoupment of the street fund, the 10 may be a little bit too much because that would be $120 a year charged monthly. So whatever your prerogative is, the placeholder is $10. You can change that to whatever you want or eliminate it if you want.
Yeah, can you send that to us again?
I will send it.
In the email, state that section so we know what to look for.
I will do that. And then if we could consider it either next week and pass it 2 weeks from now at a regular board meeting, if the board so chooses.
Okay.
Is it?
Thanks. Thank you. I have nothing tonight, Clerk Bosco.
I just have two quick updates. One is to let everyone know that the Historical Museum will be closed on April 19th. That's the day before Easter, in observance of the holiday, but please come visit them on other Saturdays. And then an update for the board. Deputy Clerk Harris and I have begun meeting with the folks at Diligent about our migration from board docs to Diligent Community, and we're going through some of the training sessions right now. They've done quite a bit of work to convert a lot of things that we have already over our meeting templates and board members and our committees and all that stuff. So Deputy Clerk Harris and I will come up with a plan for training for the board members and for our committee members, and we'll be sharing those updates soon. But it has a lot of cool new features that I think people will like. That is all I have tonight.
Thank you, sir. Seeing there's no further business coming before the board, I'm looking for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Meeting adjourned. Thank you all.